Just when you think humanoid robots can't surprise you anymore, two car companies show up and flip the entire script. On 5th November, Xpeng unveiled Female Iron, a robot so human-like that people genuinely thought she was an actual woman on stage. It got so unreal that Xpeng literally peeled back layers of her synthetic skin just to prove she wasn't a person in disguise. And Tesla? Optimus is nowhere near falling behind. Optimus is already walking factory floors, sorting components, and doing real work with zero theatrics. Hey guys, welcome to AI Nexus. Today we're putting Optimus versus Xpeng Iron head-to-head, and by the end, you'll know exactly who's winning this race. Tesla just rolled out Optimus Gen 3 at their shareholder meeting, and the upgrades are legit. We're talking faster balancing, smoother hand movements, a lighter overall frame, and way better stability than the previous versions. Elon's been clear from the start that Optimus isn't a showpiece. It's being built as a mass-market worker robot for everyday physical jobs. This thing is designed to fold your laundry, sort packages in warehouses, and handle the boring, repetitive stuff humans would rather skip. Gen 3 looks like a serious future worker, not just something impressive for demos. Then there's Xpeng's Iron, and wow, this robot grabbed everyone's attention instantly. Iron has this sleek, expressive, distinctly feminine design with incredibly soft natural motion. When Xpeng's CEO unveiled her at their AI Day event in Guangzhou, people genuinely couldn't tell if she was a robot or a person in a costume. The controversy was massive. So what did Xpeng do? They literally removed layers of iron synthetic skin on stage, exposing the complex machinery and active joints underneath, while she kept walking naturally. That transparency move was brilliant. It proved Iron is 100% robot with no human operator hiding inside. Here's where things get fascinating. Optimus started way back in 2021 and is now on its third generation. So Optimus is older with more development cycles under its belt, while Iron is the new kid who somehow advanced incredibly fast. That timeline difference matters when you look at what each robot can actually do right now. Let's start with how they walk, because it's surprisingly revealing. Iron has this soft, smooth, expressive walking style that genuinely looks human. Her movement is so natural that it sparked all that initial controversy. Optimus walks with stable, practical, task-focused movement. It's not trying to be graceful, it's trying to get work done without falling over. Iron looks more natural and relatable. Optimus looks more work-ready and industrial. Neither approach is wrong. They're just solving different problems. The design philosophies are wildly different too. Iron was designed to feel friendly, emotional, and relatable. Xpeng deliberately chose those gentle feminine features and that warmer presence because they want people to feel comfortable around her. Iron has 82 degrees of freedom throughout her body, with 22 degrees just in each hand for intricate gestures. She's wrapped in full coverage soft skin embedded with touch sensors. The whole package screams approachability. Optimus went the opposite direction. Simple, minimal, efficient design. Function over form every single time. It's gender neutral, modular for easy repairs, and looks like it belongs in a factory because that's exactly where Tesla plans to use it first. Iron looks so human, it's unreal. Do you think robots should look this lifelike? Comment below and tell me your honest reaction. But here's the crazy part. Xpeng's CEO explained why Iron looks so human, and his reasoning is actually pretty smart. He says that robots designed to resemble humans can better understand real environments because those spaces were built for human bodies and human movement patterns. Plus, making Iron look approachable builds trust with regular people who might be nervous around robots. It's not just about aesthetics. It's a strategic design for social acceptance. Meanwhile, Elon Musk already covered his reasoning in shareholder presentation. Optimus exists to be a worker, plain and simple. It needs to carry things, navigate factory floors, and perform repetitive tasks reliably. So what can these robots actually do right now? Iron is perfect for customer-facing roles, showrooms, retail spaces, and home-like environments. Xpeng is deploying her in commercial settings where she can act as a tour guide or assistant. She has conversational AI that works in both Mandarin and English, vision-based object recognition, and the ability to handle delicate items like cups and books. Optimus is already being tested inside actual Tesla factories, doing simple repetitive tasks autonomously. No human supervision needed. It's walking around factory floors, sorting components, and proving the concept works in real industrial conditions. Iron is people-focused. Optimus is task-focused. Production timelines are tight and competitive. Xpeng announced mass production starts on November 2025. Tesla is targeting large-scale Optimus production beginning in 2026. Xpeng may reach the market first, but Tesla is aiming for massive long-term output once its manufacturing scales. Both companies are playing the volume game, because that's the only way prices fall. If you love deep dives like this, make sure you subscribe so you never miss the next robot update. Speaking of prices, both Tesla and Xpeng plan to price their robots like a small car once mass production ramps up. Elon has already mentioned a future price of $20,000 to $30,000 for Optimus, while Xpeng is targeting $15,000 to $20,000 for Iron, cheaper than most new cars. Iron may hit the lower price first because Xpeng can reuse components from its EV supply chain, making manufacturing far more efficient. Optimus could also drop in price as Tesla's factory scale kicks in and production climbs into the millions. At that scale, costs fall fast. Let's dig into what these robots can actually do beyond walking around. Iron is powered by Xpeng's VT brain system paired with advanced AI models running on 3 custom Turing AI chips. She's excellent with people, has strong object recognition, and her movements are gentle and expressive. She can coordinate group activities, handle collaborative tasks, and even navigate back to charging docks autonomously when her battery runs low. Plus, she gets software updates just like a smartphone, so her skills improve over time. Optimus uses neural networks similar to Tesla's full self-driving system. It's good with factory tasks, carrying objects safely, and stable movement in structured environments. It can learn tasks by watching humans, which means training new skills gets easier as the AI improves. Optimus is reliable in controlled settings. Would you feel comfortable having female Iron inside your home? Let me know in the comments, yes or no, and why. So let's balance this out fairly. Iron's real superpower is how human she feels. How emotional appeal, natural interaction with people, and genuinely beautiful design. She feels approachable in ways most robots don't. Optimus brings different strengths to the table. It's work-ready, already being used in Tesla factories, strong and stable for physical tasks, and built specifically for long-term repetitive work. It's got more advanced hand dexterity with 11 degrees of freedom per hand, proven AI learning systems, and a larger support ecosystem since Tesla's been developing it longer. Neither robot is perfect yet. Iron has less sophisticated hand control than Optimus when it comes to really delicate manipulation. Iron is newer to AI development for robotics compared to Tesla's years of experience. And honestly, we have fewer details on Iron's long-term capabilities outside commercial demo environments. Optimus still looks a bit stiff and robotic in its movements sometimes. Tesla's timeline predictions are famously optimistic, and real-world deployment beyond Tesla factories remains limited for now. Xpeng made a fascinating choice offering customization options for Iron's physical characteristics. You can select body shape, gender, even facial details. It's like customizing a car but for a humanoid robot. That personalization angle could be huge for consumer adoption. And Iron is first to use solid-state battery in the robotics industry, which improves safety and energy density compared to traditional lithium-ion designs. That matters when robots are operating in close contact with humans every day. The CEO also unveiled Xpeng's 4th law of robotics. Robots cannot disclose any human privacy. That's a proactive ethical stance as these machines start gathering data in human spaces. It shows Xpeng is thinking beyond just technical capabilities to the social implications of putting humanoid robots in stores, offices, and eventually homes. Iron is the robot that feels human. She moves naturally, interacts warmly, and makes people comfortable. Optimus is the robot that works like a worker. It's practical, reliable, and built for the job. Both are pushing the future forward in completely different styles. We're watching 2 philosophies compete in real time. Xpeng is betting on emotional connection and affordability. Tesla is betting on proven technology and industrial capability. both approaches could absolutely succeed. Competition like this makes the entire robotics industry move faster, and honestly, that benefits all of us. The future is looking pretty robotic, and I'm genuinely excited to see where both of these machines go next. So that's the real story. Iron feels human, Optimus works like one. Two different approaches pushing robotics forward at insane speed. And honestly, this competition is only making the future arrive faster. And if you think Optimus and Iron are making waves, wait until you hear about A Headform Xuan. You think you've seen lifelike robots? Until one looks straight into your eyes and smiles, not with mechanical stiffness, but with a flicker of something startlingly human. A smirk that carries weight, timing, and subtle emotion. For a split second, you forget it's a machine. This isn't a teaser for the next sci-fi blockbuster. This is a real moment from a demo that just shocked the internet. And the robot? It comes from a company you've probably never heard of. Until now, a robot so realistic, it might just change everything we thought we knew about machines. A Headform is a new robotics company started in 2024 by Yu Honghu. His goal is simple but bold, to change how robots understand and connect with people. Hu studied robotics at Columbia University, where he focused on making robots more expressive. He doesn't want robots to just follow commands. He wants them to show real emotion. That's why he built a Headform. He's trying to answer a big question. Can robots learn to feel and react like humans do? This vision recently went viral in a spectacular demo featuring a Headform's real elf humanoid robot. A video of the robot went viral, reaching over 100 million views. In the clip, the robot slowly wakes up. Its eyes shine as it looks ahead. Then it smirks, smoothly and naturally. One viewer joked, "This robot smirked better than I do in Zoom meetings." What fascinated millions was how a Headform had seemingly overcome the infamous uncanny valley, that eerie feeling we often get when robots seem almost human, but not quite. Instead, people felt genuine emotional resonance. That viral moment left people amazed, but it also raised a deeper question. Why give a robot a face at all? A head, particularly one as realistic as a Headform's, isn't just cosmetic. It transforms human-robot interactions. With a face capable of nuanced expressions and eye movements, robots become relatable, approachable, and deeply engaging. A Headform uses this idea to bring robots closer to people. The face helps close the gap between cold machines and real human emotion. When a robot can smile, blink, or tilt its head, it suddenly feels more alive. These small gestures make a big difference. They help people feel more comfortable. They make robots seem friendly, even warm. Giving a robot a face gives it a sense of identity. It's no longer just a machine. It feels like a character, something we can relate to. This becomes very important in places like hospitals, schools, or customer service desks. In all these places, connection matters, and a face helps build that connection. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. It helps us grow and keeps you updated. Now let's jump into the video. How does this level of realism actually work? What makes these robots so lifelike and emotionally convincing? What makes this robot feel so real? It starts with what's under the skin. A Headform has made 3 major breakthroughs that bring their robot to life. The first is the robot's face. It's not just a plastic shell, it's packed with moving parts. Inside, there are up to 30 small artificial muscles. These muscles sit under a soft, human-like synthetic skin. They are controlled by tiny motors. These motors are quiet and very precise. They let the robot blink, raise its eyebrows, or even smirk, just like we do. These small movements, called micro-expressions, are smooth and detailed. They don't look forced. They look natural. And that makes all the difference. Second, this impressive hardware is complemented by advanced autonomous learning. Most robots follow fixed instructions. They can't really change how they move. But a Headform's robot is different. It learns how to move its face all by itself. It uses a special technique called self-modeling. This means the robot watches its own movements. It's like looking in a mirror and learning from what you see. Over time, it gets better. It adjusts and improves how it expresses emotions. It doesn't just copy, it actually learns and adapts. Through continuous self-calibration, the robot refines its motions, making its expressions even more authentic and adaptable over time. In other words, a Headform's robots don't just mimic, They learn, adapt, and genuinely evolve. Lastly, A Headform's groundbreaking emotional foundation model integrates deep emotional intelligence into every interaction. This AI-driven system understands and responds to human emotional signals, voice tones, facial cues, and context, enabling the robot to respond appropriately, warmly, and convincingly in real time. So, when the robot smirked back during its demo, it wasn't a random action. It was a sophisticated contextual reaction, mirroring genuine human interaction in an unprecedented way. This blend of cutting-edge hardware, autonomous learning, and emotional intelligence positions A Headform's robots uniquely in the world of humanoid robotics. Now let's see how it stacks up against other well-known robots. Sophia by Hanson Robotics was one of the first robots to gain worldwide attention. Her face could smile, blink, and frown. But now, her expressions feel stiff and outdated. They were impressive years ago, but technology has moved forward. Then there's a mecha from Engineered Arts. It moves very smoothly and can express itself well. But it has a silver, robot-like face. It looks more like a machine than a person. That was a design choice, to avoid the uncanny valley. A Headform, however, is taking a different path. They want robots to look and feel as real as possible. Their robot doesn't just move like a human, it looks like one too. From the soft skin to the tiny muscle movements, it's all designed to feel alive. One viewer even said, "It feels like the uncanny valley is gone." This isn't just about better materials or faster motors, it's about creating emotional moments. A Headform's robot doesn't just react, it connects. It mirrors how we feel, in a way that no robot before it really has. Imagine the potential applications. In healthcare, a robot capable of empathetically responding could comfort and emotionally support elderly individuals or those isolated by illness. In education, robots like A Headforms could serve as engaging, emotionally intelligent tutors, interpreting students' frustrations or excitement and adapting their teaching methods accordingly. Retail and hospitality could use these emotionally intuitive robots as greeters or customer support representatives, creating interactions filled with warmth and genuine connection rather than cold automation. Yet the emergence of such lifelike robots raises compelling ethical questions. If a robot can convincingly emulate human emotional responses, how will this reshape our understanding of human uniqueness? As these robots begin to steal our expressions, as one viewer humorously noted, we are forced to reconsider what truly makes us human. Moreover, could humans form emotional attachments to robots that only simulate empathy? A Headform's groundbreaking demo represents not just a technological achievement, but a pivotal moment in our ongoing relationship with technology. While robots today can imitate our expressions, tomorrow they might truly understand them. This trajectory sparks excitement, curiosity, and perhaps even unease. But one thing is clear. A Headform's creation marks the dawn of a new era where human-like AI is not merely speculative, but visibly, vividly real. We stand on the threshold of profound change. A Headform has not just shown us a robot that can smile. It's shown us a glimpse into a future where interactions with robots might become as meaningful, nuanced, and emotionally complex as our interactions with one another. This isn't just robotics. It's a new chapter in human experience.